Hi, I'm Peter Haddock, and today I'm with Mark Kirby. Mark, you are K&N Surfacing's Operations Director, and we're stood next to one of your really brand new machines that you've just purchased. We've tried it out on site, and now it's here. This is your really, really big Dynapac paver.
That's correct.
So tell me, why are you a Dynapac customer, and what have you been using this machine to do? And why have you, in lockdown folks, increased the business by a substantial amount, putting 15% more people on, let alone buying this new machine?
Yeah, I mean, we've been involved with Dynapac now from the early days. We knew the brand before we started the business back in 2005. And when we purchased our first one, I think back in 2008, we obviously chose the Dynapac brand. We knew it was good for our business. It ticked all the boxes, really.
And so we've been talking earlier before we're doing this video about lockdown and how that's had an absolutely positive impact, folks, on your business and led to the purchase of this latest machine. Tell me, what's been happening and what have you been doing and how has it been working for you?
Yeah, I mean, what we did, we took the initiative, I think, to some of the clients before they brought it to us. We saw the traffic flows were down, air traffic was down. You know, can we use this opportunity to work in the daytime where the windows are bigger? Night time's restricted working, sometimes very late because it's on traffic counts. The work we're doing is based on traffic counts to put the cones out. So we went away to the clients and said, look, this is what we can do. They've seen the initiative as well, and we've seen the workload boom.
And folks, I've been talking to Mark about this, and I was amazed, to be honest with you, that what's actually happened is the team here has grown, but what you've actually done is been able to say to clients, we can do work that's even more complicated. So some of these big infrastructure projects, we're talking Highways England here, folks, some rather large runways and everything like that, some of those individual customers have never before had the ability to shut down during the day to the scale, have they? So you've been able to get in there and do sort of 1.5 times more work.
That's it. We're doing work now how we did it probably 25, 30 years ago, before there was huge volumes of traffic and cars, planes on the volume we see now. We're basically probably doing what we were doing 25, 30 years ago. Again, working in the daytime on a big scale, undisrupted.
And so folks, what is really interesting about that is that means the machines that you are working have been working even harder, haven't they, Mark?
They have, for sure.
And one of those big things that you were talking to me earlier is this is all about reliability. These things you can't just pick up and hire like a mini excavator, can you? You get them onto site. It's all about reliability, that sort of quality and safety. Tell me why the Dynapac unit then?
Yeah, I mean, the lads that we use, like the Dynapac, we've tried other models in between. You know, we've always kept the Dynapac brand, but it's the fuel consumption is brilliant. It's good for the environment. The screed width's very, very good. The size suits what we want to do on the transport we use. Yeah, it's just a good all-round piece of kit for us and reliability.
And the other thing that I was asking you about is, you know, some of these things can be quite complicated. I've seen other brands and been on site with them, and you've got all sorts of controls all over the place, but it keeps it simple, doesn't it, as well? Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we've seen a few changes in 2012 when they changed from the old series to this series. They went computerised, the old ones weren't, but they've made changes that are beneficial. But it's still very, very simple to use. You know, you look at the control pads and bits and pieces. This is basic stuff we've got in here at the moment with the levelling equipment, but it's very simple for the lads to use.
And one of the things that I like, folks, as you all know, is technology, Mark. I'm big on technology. And one of the things that, again, we talked about is how technology is coming into your business. What are the things you're already using with Dynapac's solution, and obviously the 3D machine control that's coming along?
That's exactly that. You know, at the moment we're using the Dynalink system, which means if we have a fault, our fitters or whatever can get hold of Dynalink. They can dial in and tell us what the problem is, and they can diagnose it pretty quickly. There's other systems coming on board now where we're going to be able to tell the temperature of the material when it's laid, where it's laid, chainage to chainage, the compaction. We're working closely with them at the moment, so we'll probably see that out probably middle of next year, I would imagine.
And so also we mentioned, you know, things are being digitalised. We've got the connected work site now, and Highways England is really big, folks, on the continuous automated plant group, which is bringing in new technologies. And I know this is ready to go, isn't it, with GPS?
Yeah, it ticks all the boxes. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
So Mark, you know, we've talked about the projects you're on runways and you're also on the roads. And I think one of the critical things for people to realise is actually how they need to monitor and how they need to control when they actually do that resurfacing and repairs, isn't it? Because if you can do it in a timely fashion, then it makes it quicker, it makes it more effective, but also it saves that surface underneath, doesn't it?
Exactly. You know, at the moment, they can take the initiative to get their deep repairs done. You know, you said it yourself, they don't want to close roads. They won't close a motorway for any length of time. They can't. They won't. So it's always done out of hours. At the moment, the traffic is low. We can get in there, we can do the deep repairs, which means then when they do their thinner surfaces later on their tighter windows, they'll get a lot more longevity out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, folks, we are here today. We are just about to go into another lockdown. It's November 2020. Mark, you're going to be busy, aren't you?
We are. We're going to be very busy.
That's fantastic. So Mark and his crews are going to be working round the clock for us to have a better roads, better and safer roads, and also those great big infrastructure projects they're working on, which all of us are going to need in the future. Mark, it's been great to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you.